Hi guys! So today I'm gonna be thanking Auntie Chris. So Auntie Chris is obviously my aunt. She lives in Nebraska. She No, I'm not named after her. Our Chris's are spelled differently. But it was just funny because they were making a joke about how, you know, um, Auntie Chris came back and I came back, so then there were like two Chris's in the house. And every time somebody said Chris, two of us would turn around and they found it really funny, which wasn't really for us. But I haven't seen her in 12 years. She just came over this year and we don't know when we'll see her and my cousins again. But every time we have her over, it's always, a fun time. Like how before we go to school, I still remember before we go to school or tuition, like Jasmine and I love having Auntie Chris around the house because she would always say something really, really sweet, like, oh, have fun at school, darlings, or dear, or anything. And then she'd give us a hug. And then I know it seems like a really small gesture, but it really does brighten up our day. And none of our relatives do that, none of the other ones do that. And to be honest, if any of them started calling us dear or doing weird things like that, we would feel awkward. But from Auntie Chris, it's just natural and it's nice, and you have this warm feeling in your heart when you go off to school. But yes, that's one of the things. And when she was getting married, I spent, I think it was 3 months in US as a kid, and it was fun. It was awesome. Auntie Chris introduced me to um, my first love, which is brownies, which I discovered in US. And apparently, from what I've heard from my parents, I refused to eat anything else besides brownies, and they had to be chocolate brownies, and they had to be a specific kind. Otherwise, I wouldn't eat normal food like rice or anything. Oh, my other staple food was PB&J. So, yes, I was that kind of kid. And what else? While I was in US, I discovered the beauty of blow bubbles, so soap bubbles. I made friends with the neighbor's kid next door. We were both little kids, like probably 3 years old, and we sat together. Actually, we didn't sit. Yeah, they handed each of us like one tiny bottle of soap bubbles, and we kind of just ran around blowing bubbles and screaming and having a lot of fun. That's the great thing about kids. You don't have to know each other or talk to make friends. You just basically give each of them a bottle, and then they can go off and have their own adventure. And Auntie Chris has also introduced me to squirrels. Like how in US, I'm not sure if it's every part, but um, and I'm not sure if she was in Nebraska at the time or Chicago, but one of them Chicago. But am I even pronouncing that right? But anyway, I remember sitting in her living room as a kid and having a handful of nuts, and I would just sit there really quietly, and then this little squirrel would come creeping in after seeing me holding its food. It would come in, and then it would like very quietly take one nut from you. It's not peanuts, like a walnut or something. It takes it from you, then it like scampers back a few feet. It looks at you and it starts trying to crack open the nut. It's really, really cute. And I think because of me, that squirrel grew really, really fat because I would like willingly sit there for hours just to feed it. And what else? There were a lot of awesome memories. But mostly it's especially the one where Auntie Chris, whenever she's staying over, if she calls us dear and stuff, it's nice. It's really, really nice. And Auntie Chris is always, she's fun. She's loving. She just goes with the flow, and I love having her back because that means we get to have all the nice food like seafood, um, butter prawn from Sarawak Club, laksa, and all this kind of typical Malaysian food. And we went on a cruise together once, and basically every time she comes and joins us, it's always good memories and fun. So there. So today's for Auntie Chris, and I love you, Auntie Chris, and I hope you guys are happy back home where it's really hot, I hear. So yes, thank you for Auntie Chris, and I love you, and thank you guys for watching.